Hello, everybody.
Hi everyone,
Welcome to Wellbeing Makes Sense,
my name is Claude.
and my name is Serge. So last week we talked about EQ versus IQ, emotional intelligence versus intelligence quotient, and we told you the differences. Now today we will be talking about how to improve your emotional intelligence. So if you haven't watched the first video yet, so please go back, find it on YouTube, and you can watch it. So stay tuned. When talking about EQ or EI, emotional intelligence, there are two things that we need to consider. What are these two things?
So it's broken down, like you said, too, right? We have the personal competence and we have the social aspect, the social competence. So under the personal one, it's self-reflecting, self-awareness, how I feel at this time, at this present moment. And the second one is how do I manage how I feel, self-management.
And in the social competence, we have social awareness. You look around you, how's the place? How the people feeling? You're at work, what's the feel? Sometimes you work in places that are very toxic, so you have a feel of the place. See how the people around you, how they feeling. And relationship management. Now that you know how they are feeling, how are you going to handle the relationship between you and your co-workers? So you need to look at these four things to talk about emotional intelligence. And we're not going into too much details about them. We talked about them last video. But we're going to give you 5 tips on how to improve your emotional intelligence.
So what I like about IQ and EQ is that they say that IQ is kind of static. You're very little room to move or improve on. But EQ is so flexible that we can learn, we can manage, we can train ourselves, and we're gonna help. We're gonna help you, give you the skills to be able to do so.
Okay. So tip number 1. Reduce negative emotions. So now that you're aware of how you're feeling, and if the feeling is not a good one, now you need to reduce it. You need to learn to control it. And the first thing that you can do to do that is replace your bad thoughts with positive ones. Remember, things start up here. The way that you are analyzing a situation, that is a reflection on how you feel about it. So if you can change the way that you are thinking, then your emotions also will be modified.
With that thought, right? There's keywords that you should try to avoid. Always, never, everyone, nobody. These things can trap your mind and eventually hold you hostage on a negative thought.
For example, if you are feeling bad and all of a sudden you start thinking, nobody cares about me. We say these things all the time to ourselves, and we hear other people say these things all the time as well. And nobody cares about me. Really? Try to rethink your try to reshape your thinking and start looking at, okay, is that statement really true? Is my dad, my mom, they do something nice to me this morning? My spouse, friends. So you start changing your mindset. So change the way that you view the situation, change the way that you think about it, and this will help you change the way you feel.
So number two is staying cool, knowing how to manage stress.
So we're gonna be nervous. We're gonna get anxious. This is part of life. All right, situation happen, things happen to us that we didn't expect. So yes, we're gonna get nervous sometimes. We're gonna get anxious sometimes. But what do we do with that? What do we do to change that? One tip that we can give you is that you feel anxious and nervous while you're at work. Go to the bathroom, go to the restroom, and wash your face with cool water for a few minutes. That will help you cool down. Also, if you're at home, I mean, even at work, you can do that too. You can go out and breathe some fresh air. Take a little walk, take a 5-minute walk, and do some deep breathing while you are walking.
So the key point is, just to be in control of what's going on instead of reacting to what's going on. So all this time, taking yourself out of the situation allows you to, refocus, come up with a plan instead of reacting and blowing up.
Also, if you are feeling depressed, you are feeling fearful, discouraged, go out, do a little jog, do a little run, do some exercise. Especially if you're at home and things are getting bad, go to the gym, do an hour workout, and you focus really on your workout. That will help energize you. Okay, and we did, I believe, 1 or 2 videos on depression before, so you can go back and watch the videos that we where we talk about depression. That will give you more tips on how to overcome your depression and re-energize yourself so that you can keep moving forward.
I mean, physically, when you think about it, it actually works, the feel-good hormones. Our body depends on hormones and reactions and etc. And I mean, our bodies are in our brain. So you run, you get out, you take some fresh air, your muscle is moving, your serotonin, the feel-good hormone, is building up in your system. Your brain is getting fresh air, a surge of serotonin. Guess what? You're actually gonna feel better. So we're not making this up. This is actually physically been proven.
So number 3, be assertive, express difficult emotions. So this is one that I took a lot of time to think about it, because I see it so often, whether it's at work, at church, everywhere really. When something bad happens to us, we tend to keep it inside, or we go on Facebook, we blow it up, or talk to somebody that has where it's not relevant, somebody who has nothing to do with it. So the first thing that you need to do when you feel like somebody hurts you is for you to go to that person and express how you feel. Okay? I didn't like what you did to me. That made me feel sad. That made me feel sad, the fact that you said this to me. That made me, I'm angry right now because of what you did to me. Try to talk to the person first. And also, you need to set boundaries, right? You're at work, you set your boundaries. This way, everybody knows what you allow and what you don't. They know what you like and what you don't like. This way, they can, you don't like people make fun of you? Made it clear. I don't like being teased. I don't like when people are laughing at me. I'm here to work. I'm not interested in that. This way, the people are clear on what you expect. The people are clear on how to behave toward you.
I mean, in the real world, you know, we have to show people how to treat us. And unfortunately, we know we do have the others who will show us disrespect, etc. So that's where working inside yourself, increasing your EQ, your emotional intelligence, you're aware that there are people who is going to push you, etc. And that's where walking away, you know, comes into precedent.
And I think also that's where you need to remind them, you know, these are my boundaries. So that's when you express that feeling also. Tell them, you remember, I told you I don't like this thing. So, and that made me feel bad that you cross my boundaries. So please show me some respect, and just like I show you some respect. I don't cross your boundaries, so I expect you not to cross mine. Right? So
Number 4, express intimate emotions in close personal relationships. So when we can't deal with those the people that are constantly crossing our boundaries and showing disrespect, we need to quote unquote vent. We need to go and find a close friend, close family member where we can sit down, discuss the situation, and we can get wise wisdom how to go about what needs to be done.
So, but we just have to be careful to carefully pick the people that we are talking to.
That's why I said wise.
Don't go to the club and start venting to the bartender. Alright. So number 5, our last tip is bounce back from adversity. So now that you have been in that bad situation, you don't want to stay there. You want to get up and keep moving forward. So you need to bounce back. And these are a few things that you can do to bounce back. I mean, the first thing that you can do is start asking yourself some good quality questions. Like, for example, what is the lesson in that situation? What can I learn from this? Right? So somebody yelled at you, your boss yelled at you. What's the lesson from there? All right? What's most important now? What do I do next? Where did I go wrong? Okay? Sometimes we have that tendency to blame others for everything that bad that happened to us. Sometimes it's true, but most of the time we have a role to play in that wrong. You know, it could be 10%, it can be 20%, sometimes 99%, but we still blame that person. Right? So you need to own your mistakes and ask yourself, how can I improve?
Remember, the only person that you can change effectively is yourself. You know, so you gotta work, we gotta learn how to work in ourselves first before we make any difference in our environment.
Yeah. So these are the 5 tips that we have for you to improve your EQ. Let's recap them quickly. The first one is reduce negative emotions.
Yeah, the second one is stay cool, manage your stress, so you can have plans. If A went wrong, you know you have B and C.
Number 3, be assertive, express the difficult emotions. So somebody wrong you, then go and express that to that person. Don't be careful on how you're addressing the person though. I think that's very important to make. Be careful. Don't be aggressive, because the person's gonna be on the defensive when you do that.
Yes.
So please make sure that you, just like we give you the example, okay? I am sad today because of what you said to me. Instead of going, why do you say that to me? I don't like what you said to me. You put the person on defensive and it's gonna...
You close all doors.
Yeah.
And number 4 is express yourself. You know, find wise friends to be able to, close unit, express yourself.
And number 5, please bounce back from your adversity. Something bad happened, life continues. So let's keep moving forward. So thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, family, anybody that you know. Until next time, have a good day.
Thank you for joining us.